Let's break it down. The Trump administration has just taken its biggest step yet against Venezuela. US forces have seized a massive oil tanker off the Venezuelan coast, in a move critics are calling a major escalation. That edges the two countries closer to open conflict. I'm Imran, a Middle East-based analyst who follows US politics and global affairs. In about 3 minutes, let's walk through what exactly happened, why it matters, and how far this could go. If you like clear, simple breakdowns like this, please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. First, what actually happened? US forces boarded and seized a very large crude carrier called the Skipper in the Caribbean, just off Venezuela. Helicopter video released by US officials shows armed personnel fast roping onto the deck and taking control of the ship. According to US authorities, the tanker was carrying about 1.8 million barrels of Venezuelan crude and had been under sanctions for years, accused of helping move oil linked to Iran and groups like Hezbollah. The ship had reportedly been heading toward Cuba after doing ship-to-ship transfers to hide where the oil was coming from. Trump went on camera saying the US had just seized a very large tanker off Venezuela, and when asked what happens next, he joked, "We keep it, I guess." For Caracas, that sounded less like law enforcement and more like someone stealing their cargo at sea. Second, why is this seen as a serious escalation? Until now, most of the pressure on Venezuela has been financial. Sanctions on officials, on the state oil company, and on anyone trading its crude. Seizing a fully loaded tanker with US forces is something different. It turns economic pressure into a physical operation, on the water, right next to Venezuela. Inside Washington, you can already see two reactions. Some Republicans are applauding it as a strong signal to Nicolás Maduro and a way to hit the regime's main source of money, oil exports. Others, including both Democrats and some more cautious Republicans, are warning that rappelling troops onto a foreign-flagged civilian tanker looks a lot like the first step toward a broader conflict. Venezuela, for its part, is calling the move international piracy and shameless robbery, and warning that it will defend its sovereignty. On top of that, other tankers that carry sanctioned Venezuelan oil are now wondering if they're next, which alone can scare shippers away and choke the country's exports. Quick pause here. If this kind of breakdown helps you make sense of what's going on, please like the video and make sure you're subscribed. It really helps the channel grow and tells me to keep making more videos like this. Third, what does this mean going forward? This seizure doesn't come out of nowhere. It's part of a bigger campaign. US warships and aircraft in the Caribbean, airstrikes on boats the US calls drug trafficking vessels, and a huge reward on Maduro's head. Now add in the first public seizure of a fully loaded oil tanker. Taken together, it looks less like a narrow anti-drug mission and more like a strategy to squeeze Maduro by hitting his two lifelines, oil money and the networks that move it. If Washington keeps seizing tankers, insurance costs will shoot up, ship owners will back off, and Venezuela's already broken economy could be pushed even closer to collapse. The danger is obvious. The more you use military power around another country's coastline, the more chances there are for accidents, miscalculations, or retaliation. And once you start boarding foreign-flagged ships by force, it's easier for both sides to argue that you're already in a kind of undeclared war. So let's break it down one last time. Seizing the Skipper is not just another sanction or speech. It's US forces physically taking a Venezuelan oil tanker at sea, in a way that hits Maduro's wallet and sends a message to every ship moving his crude. Supporters say it's overdue pressure on a corrupt regime. Critics say it's a step toward war over a crisis that still doesn't have a political solution. For everyone watching from the outside, the big question now is simple. Is this the peak of the pressure campaign, or just the beginning of a new phase where oil tankers, and the people on them, become frontline targets? This is Imran Breaks It Down. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, like the video, and tell me your thoughts in the comments. Do you see this tanker seizure as smart pressure or a dangerous escalation? Share this with a friend who follows US-Venezuela news. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. We'll keep breaking it down together.